welcome back out to my RV. We are working on our generator. Everybody forgets, change the oil on the generator. There's no filter in this system, so you got to change it often. It's like a lawnmower where you don't have a filter, so change it often. So let's go over the tools. We'll warm it up a little. We'll show you how to drain the oil and how to put the oil back in. There are some things you want to do when you start it up. Before you start it up, make sure you're going to be successful. Don't miss it. Here's the tools we have. We have a T30 Torx to get off the cover plate. We've got a 12mm socket to take the drain plug out. We have got ourselves some 4-cycle premium 30-weight oil. That's what the generator says to put in. This is the Cummins Onan RV generator. And let me show you underneath where we're going to go. Okay, under this little cover, that is where the oil drain is. So what you want to do before you start working on anything is see if you can get these broke loose. And mine come pretty easy, all right? You don't have to take them all the way out. You can take one part way and take one all the way. You can pull this flap out of the way just like that, and that'll enable you to get this on there to drain the oil, all right? Now, before we do that, we're going to take both of these out because we're going to put some never sees on them. So we'll put never sees before we put this back together, just so that it's easy the next time. Got to have a drain pan that'll catch the oil. First thing you want to do is take off this cover right here. And to do that, you turn these to the open. And you kind of got to wiggle it. Pops up, comes out easy. All right. Now, here's your oil fill. Hopefully you can see that. That's the oil fill. It's yellow. You got to open this up to make sure you can fill it. And I can open it up, so I'll be able to fill it. You don't want to drain it if you can't get this loose, okay? Now, to start this, you've got a procedure. It says right here what crank is, service required, and it depends how it flashes. So the thing you do here is you prime it. Hear it? Then you can start it here. Didn't start, prime it again. Run and warm up for a little bit. All right, once you're warmed up, turn it off. Right here, stop. There you go. Okay, so once you're warmed up like that, you want to get under here with your pan. Well, get your pan under here and ready. Make sure you got your wrench set to loosen it. Remember, the oil's kind of warm now. Okay, you break this loose. You put your pan under there. Just keep pulling this out. Woo! See how dark that oil is? We should have nice clean oil in there. It shouldn't be dark like that. Well, there. We'll let that oil drain for a minute. See that oil draining right there. See how dark it is? That right under the middle, we'll let that drain. Probably drain faster if you open up the plug where you're going to fill it and pull that out. That's your dipstick too. Your dipstick is in there too. That helps a lot because you can hear it bloop, bloop, bloop going through. All right. While we wait on that, I'm going to go never seize my screws. All right, we'll come back. Okay, warning. This step of the process, when you put the plug back in, make sure the washer's on there. If the washer fell off and it's in your oil pan, you'll put it in, you'll fill it full of oil. Oh, you're happy. You go to drain your oil and you find the washer. Here's the beauty. You can sneak that washer in by loosening that out, putting your thumb or your finger over the hole, dropping the washer back onto the bolt and flipping it out real quick. and you probably do a tablespoon of oil leakage if you're quick. But make sure that's on there and save yourself that grief. Oil stopped draining. Wipe off your plug. All right. Yeah. Nice flat surface here to put it on. Get a little more oil when we touch it. That's weird. Okay. You get that up snug, you get your pan out of the way. Put this on your wrench. Make sure it's going the right way. Get that a good snug tighten. And then go up here and wipe off all the excess oil. Because what you're going to do is you're going to start this up. And you're going to want to make sure you don't leak any oil. So you want to make sure you're good and sealed here. Okay. We found it right here in the manual. You'll note we've got the 4KY. You can see it right here on the data plate. You can see where it says oil capacity and spec. It says oil capacity beginning, oil capacity spec A. It looks like it's 1.6 quarts, all right? So we're going to put 1.6 quarts of oil into this, all right? Now we know that we have one of these, 32 ounces is a quart. We got this at 48, so we know the whole 48 should go in because it should be more than that, right? Because here you're going to put in an extra 16, so that is a quart and a half, so it should be a touch more. So we'll put this in and we'll check it, all right? We got a funnel. We got one of those ones that's for filling radiators. Pops right in here, fits great. From here, we're going to open up 1 quart of the oil. Or actually, it's 32, so this is 48, so that's an extra 6 and 8 ounces. So it's pretty close to what we want because there's 32 ounces in a quart. This is 48. Which means we're putting in an extra 16, which is half. So this is a quart and a half. So we're going to put this whole thing in. Once that's in, we can put this cover on here. Now, reality is we should only be about 0.1 of a quart. So 0.1 is only like 3 ounces, 4 ounces, all right? Because it's 32 ounces to a quart. Matter of fact, I can see the oil right there. So if we take our dipstick and put it in here, bring it up, we're already on the bottom of the stick. Screw that in, screw it back out. You can see we're already on the middle of the stick, so we're not low by much. So what we're going to do at this point, tighten this up, run it for a minute, make sure we circulate the oil good. It shouldn't need to prime because after all, we just ran it. All right, so we're off. Now, you're going to want to check for leaks underneath. So the way you can do this, you can just put your hand up there. You can don't feel any leaks, don't see any. If you got a piece of clean, clear paper towel, you can take that up there, kind of feel around with it. Bring it down. No oil on the paper towel. So we don't have any leaks. So we put the bottom on, but let's check our oil again now that we stirred it. And yeah, we are low. We're on the low end of the stick, so we're going to need a little more oil. Like we said, should be 3 ounces. It looks like this starts out at 44. So if we bring it down to 44, that should be enough. Key here is not to overfill it. A little bit more. Take this out. Yeah, it looks like it's up to that lip right there, so can't really tell when you have that on there. Almost to the top, so it's pretty much good right there. We'll screw this all the way in, screw it back out. All the way up right to the tippy top, so that is perfect. So basically we put in 48, put in like 51 ounces, 52 ounces thereabouts, okay? 51 probably. But we're full. And you tighten this up, just make it good and snug. If you over tighten it, you'll be in with one of these to get it out. Now we got to put our door back on the bottom. All right, first thing you can do is look for leaks. Again, still no leaks, so that's a good sign. Now we're going to use this item in our hand, so we don't get our never sees all over our fingers too much. Put this little cover back on, just like this. Start one. Get your other screw on there. Slightly torque them so it won't fall off. Now the hardest part of this job is probably getting this cover back on, because you have to get it up in there, but you have to get these pieces underneath, so it's kind of hard sometimes to get this thing to go up. All right, there we go. Got it pretty easy that time. There we go, cover's on. We can run the generator from the inside if you want to make sure it still works. That's all you got to do. Don't forget to recycle your oil properly. Here we are at the generator panel. We can prime it and we can start it. There you go. And you can see we were at 83.7 hours. We changed the oil. All right, there you go, changing your oil on your generator, on your RV. Easy as pie. Double check your manual. Some of these have filters, this one does not. The more expensive ones do. So, it was easy, it was inexpensive. All I did was buy oil. I got the good top of the line oil there for it. It's 30 weight, that's what it called for warm days. If you're gonna run it in the winter, they ask you to put 1030 in there. Change your oil on your generator every year or every 100 hours at least, all right? Maybe more often, because there's no filter in this. I'd probably do it every 50 if you can, but 100 if you know, it depends how much you run it and what you do. But don't forget, like and subscribe, post notifications on. We'll catch you in the next video.